I dare say that if you grew up in a family of faith, in some way, some group where you perhaps spent regular time in church or synagogue or temple, whatever, that you have someone who is instrumental in the things that you believe, in your faith. And I'm not talking about the biblical ones like David and Abraham and Moses or whoever. I'm talking about just folks that you grew up around. It might have been a pastor that you had or some leader in your church, whatever it might be. Well, the answer for me, who has been the most instrumental in my faith, of course, outside of my mom and dad, by far, without question, above and above all, would be Patrick Mead, who is the minister at the 4th Avenue Church of Christ in Franklin. He single-handedly, several years ago, and he gets the blame, I guess, began questioning me through his podcasts and his sermons and the things that I believed. And why do you believe what you believe? And let's look at context, and let's look at background and culture, and let's look at original Greek, and let's look at intent, and all this stuff. And so, man, it really changed my path of my theology and my heart. And, I've had an opportunity to spend a little time with him, he and his wonderful wife, Cammie, and I'm telling you, he's just the most amazing thing. And I listened to him this morning on one of his podcasts, and I guess it was this past weekend. He said something that really, really, really impressed me. He said, God is in the interruptions, not in the schedule, or something along those lines. And I thought, man, isn't that right? I mean, we schedule God, for Sunday mornings or Sunday nights if you go Sunday night and Wednesday nights in your daily devotionals. But I mean, just in your regular daily, going to work and your hobbies and running the kids around. He says, God is in the interruptions. That person that stops and needs you to listen to them. That person that needs you to stop and help pay for a meal. That person that's stranded by the road and needs assistance. Something that you've not planned. Something that just happens. And you're like, oh, after you have interacted with those people, after you've dealt with that situation, when you get in your car and leave or you walk away, perhaps later you think, I now see God in that. God was in that interruption in my day, and it ended up being for my good. So I just thought I'd throw that out there to you, because you're going to have an interruption today, something that's not going to go according to plan, something that's not going to be included in your schedule, and it's going to require you to be flexible and to stop for a minute. Consider before you do that, if you're thinking about not doing that, I'm too busy, I just don't have time. Consider the fact that God may be in that interruption, and He may be trying to teach you a lesson. He may be trying to help you to see something more clearly today. So thank you, Brother Patrick, for another little pearl of wisdom. Man, he's just an amazing fella. Look for the interruptions today. And in those interruptions, you just might hear God speaking to you.